WWE has had another superb year in 2024 with plenty of main event stars leading the way. But there have also been many other wrestlers who have made major strides towards stardom throughout the course of the year. Here on the Aussie Cousins Wrestling Show, we love highlighting the newer stars coming through the ranks, and here are some of the biggest breakout talents in the company for 2024. If you love wrestling as much as us, hit the subscribe button and let us know who you think should have been included on this list. I'm Chris Apples, and here are the top 10 breakout stars for the year. Number 10, Kanani Jordan. Kanani Jordan will forever be in the WWE history books as the first North American Women's Champion when she won a fun ladder match at NXT Battleground in Las Vegas in June. And for very good reason. Jordan had stepped up her game over the course of the first 6 months of the year and was a well-deserved first champion. She became somewhat of a workhorse champion too, regularly putting the championship on the line against the likes of Michin, Tatum Paxley, Wendy Chu and Ren Sinclair before losing to Fallon Henley after the heel group Fatal Influence chose a gauntlet match against the champion. Kanani has been around the main event scene in NXT lately and has not looked out of place. Number 9, Bronson Reed. Yep, that's right, we are choosing an Aussie for our list. Where on earth did this come from? Bronson Reed was floundering in the mid-card for most of the year before producing one of the most incredible scenes, hitting Seth freaking Rollins with 6 freaking tsunamis on the 4th of August Raw show. Reed went on to essentially squash The Miz 2 weeks in a row before moving into a feud with Braun Strowman. And then again we saw some of the most incredible moments of the year created by Reed, with a tsunami through a car on Strowman being one of the highlights. He was then moved into the main event scene of War Games as part of the new Bloodline, and sadly sustained a serious injury trying to perform a tsunami off the top of the cage. Hopefully at some point next year we will see more people getting tsunamied when he's fit and ready to go. Number 8, Jada Parker. Jada Parker has had a lot of matches in 2024 and that extra experience in the ring is really showing. Parker is incredibly charismatic and has had some wonderful promos this year, with the setup to her NXT Underground match recently being a particular highlight, and she can pump up the crowd better than a lot of wrestlers with a lot more experience than her in the ring. Her feud against Lola Vice has definitely elevated both ladies to a new level, and Parker appears to be headed for a very bright future in the business. Number 7, Fraxiom. The best tag team in 2024 in all of North American wrestling has to be the wonderful pairing of Nathan Frazier and Axiom. The tag team has had 2 reigns with the NXT belts, beating the Wolf Dogs in a wonderful match in April, before losing them in a highly emotional and brilliant match against Chase University in August. Despite teasing a breakup almost every single week between the two of them, Fraxiom won the titles back from Chase U at NXT No Mercy and have put on some banger matches against the likes of A-Town Down Under, Cedric Alexander and Javon Evans, and of course their recent match against the No Quarter Catch crew. Number 6, Bronbreaker. While those who have watched NXT for a long time know just how explosive Bronbreaker can be, it took a little while for the main roster to really get behind the son of the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner. After making the permanent move to Raw in the draft, Breaker was thrust into the Intercontinental title scene pretty quickly, losing to Sami Zayn in his first attempt. But this was the catalyst for a meteoric rise for Breaker, who has since held the title on 2 occasions and has had some incredible matches with Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and of course that absolute banger with Sheamus and Ludwick Kaiser at Survivor Series. Number 5, Ludwig Kaiser. And speaking of that chiseled German, Ludwig Kaiser makes number 5 on the list, and what takes him one spot higher is that most fans of the main roster have seen him explode out of nowhere. After turning essentially double heel by destroying his tag team partner Giovanni Vinci in April, Kaiser has become one of the most despised heels on the entire roster. While he always has a partnership with his Imperium teammate Gunther, he has very much come out of his shadow and putting on some fantastic bad guy performances in the second half of the year. Number 4, Jacob Fatu. This may go down as one of the most incredible debuts of all time. On the June 21st episode of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa introduced his own personal enforcer, Jacob Fatu, who went on to destroy 3 main event stars and future Hall of Famers in Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. There is no way someone of his size can be so agile, smooth, and flawless with the majority of his moves, and he has been presented as the biggest threat in the entire roster from everyone who has had to associate with him. Even when he messes up a move like he did at War Games, he has the wrestling intelligence to instantly make up for it like he meant to slip up all along. Before we get to our top 3, here are some honourable mentions. Javon Evans on NXT has been a revelation at such a young age, and I doubt there is anyone who can jump as high as he can in wrestling. Ilya Dragunov made the move to the main roster and won over the audience until a horrible knee injury brought an end to his year. And Piper Niven, despite being in wrestling for a long time, has clearly had her best year on the main roster, with her partnership with the next person on the list being a major highlight. Number 3, Chelsea Green. We here at the Aussie Cousins Wrestling Show love the work that Chelsea Green has been putting on for all of 2024. While she previously cycled through some unlucky tag team partners, her pairing with Piper Niven has been absolutely perfect and is something the crowd now really looks forward to seeing on every show. She has also added in some of the craziest spots in the women's roster, with her being slammed into the skip bin against Michin and falling off a ladder to tables outside the ring at Money in the Bank being particular highlights. Number 2, Oba Femi. Put simply, Oba Femi could very well be a headline act at a WrestleMania in the future. Oba Femi started the year beating Dragon Lee for the NXT North American title and went on to destroy everyone in his path. His promos and demeanors are intimidating, his entrance is perfect for his character, and he may well be the strongest man in all of wrestling at the moment. As soon as he gets moved up to the main roster in the near future, you can tell the crowd is going to love this incredible physical specimen. But before he gets there, there may just be an NXT title reign in the meantime. Number 1, Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton was head and shoulders above the rest of the women's roster when she was in NXT, and was well deserved of a call up to the main roster at the start of 2024. And we can claim her as Perth, Western Australia's very own, as it was right here in the City of Light that Tiffany announced herself to the main roster. The crowd loved her right from the press conference and throughout the Elimination Chamber match, and she has only gotten more popular from there. Her Money in the Bank win, complete with that spot against Chelsea Green, was the right booking choice, and there is a reason why her move is called the prettiest moonsault ever, because it really is one of the best in the business at the moment. Expect her to hold a world title in the near future when she gets to cash in her briefcase. If you think any other superstars should have made this list, let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more WWE lists and reviews. On the screen now will be our picks for the worst moments in WWE for 2024, and we hope that you have yourself a wonderful day.